Well, hello there. Here we are. It's Thursday. It's 7 p.m. And you know what that means. Full ball vision. Coming to you tonight with some Blindfold live chess. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Shout outs. Some shout outs before we start. Got to shout out my graphic design team. They've been putting in the hours, working around the clock. I mean, non-stop almost. I think they get a few hours sleep and then they're just straight back on it. Some of them are volunteers. Friends of the stream, volunteers just jumping on Canva. Designing things, getting shit done. Look at that logo. Thanks. I'd like to, shout out to the design team. Alright, it's full ball vision. It's Thursday night. And you know what you get from this stream. I'm not going to list a load of sponsors. No, I'm not. I'm not going to advertise anything. No, I'm not. All we're going to do is jump straight into some live blindfold chess. So let's do it. I hope you all been enjoying the broadcasts. I certainly am. And I know that my design team are enjoying putting it together for you. Okay, so it looks like we're in game. So let's jump in. We've got the white pieces. We're going to play e4. So I'm playing blindfold. I can't see the pieces. I can see the board that you see inset into my webcam. But if I draw some arrows there, you can see them on your board. So I'll be able to explain to you what's going on in my mind as I attempt to play the game of chess without seeing the pieces. So this is a Sicilian defense. We traded pawns on d4 here, and our opponent has brought their knight to c6. After playing this kind of sneaky move a6, I think this is a Sicilian Khan. Now we can't play knight bishop d3, yet, because our d4 knight's hanging, so that's kind of annoying. Maybe we can play c4. I like the look of c4. You know, we can't hang around either, because if we get low on time, we will lose. So we need to play fast. Okay, e6. So this is a proper Sicilian Khan. We still can't play bishop d3, and that's annoying, because that's what we want to do. So should we trade? That feels wrong. Feels like we shouldn't be trading, so let's play knight c3. See what they do. Probably queen c7. That's what they seem to do in these kind of openings. I mean, in this opening. The Sicilian Khan, or the Poles. Bishop c5. Okay, now this is good. So this gives us an opportunity to drop back to b3 with a tempo. So let's do that against the c5 bishop. And then we can play this move that we wanted to play, which is bishop d3. Then we'll play queen e2, followed by bishop e3. I think. Any problems? I don't think so. Let's just go bishop d3. So their bishop went back to a7. The knight's on c6, and they've got the pawn structure be looking like this. And ours, standard Sicilian sort of pawn structure, or the standard Khan pawn structure. No, our pawn's on c4. See, there we go. We've got to pick those little errors out as we make them. Knight goes to e5. What's that? Hitting the d3 bishop. It's defended. We don't need to move it, but quite often you don't want to give up your bishop for a knight, because the bishop pair is a good asset. We don't want to hand that to our opponents for nothing. You know what? This opens up a hole on d6. Can't go in there yet. No, I think c4 is hanging. Maybe we haven't got any choice but to give up the bishop pair. Maybe we should play queen e2. I think that's kind of forced. Well, it's not forced. I mean, we can castle. Maybe we should castle. So if we play queen e2 and they just trade here, if we do this and they just trade and we go there, we kind of just lost the move. You know, if they are going to trade, we can castle and reach the same position with our king on g1 and our rook on f1. So I think we should just castle. It is done. Okay, we're a minute behind. Not so bad. Sicilian Khan is just It's very positional. Hard to play. Blindfold, I would say. Good choice from guest 01. 1670. They're outrating us. That's not a word. Outrating? Queen h5. That looks suspect. That looks highly suspect to me. I don't believe this. I guess the idea is what? Knight wants to get to g4? Knight probably wants to get to g4 where there will be 3 attacks on f2 and also a mate threat on h2. So knight g4 looks like a threat. So we could play h3 against it. Somehow I want to play bishop e3. Yeah, but then we'd have to take back. Well, we really want queen e2 here, I think. Queen e2, knight g4, then I think there we can play h3 because knight f2 doesn't work. And if they take our bishop, though, so be it. Now's the last chance to do something. Bishop e2 we could do. We just got to act. Got to act and we've got to play. So let's play queen e2. I'm expecting knight takes d3, to be honest. Knight g4 I'd be happy about. Because we can play h3. Kicking the knight. I'm expecting knight d3. Okay, no change in the pawn structure. Still looking like this. And you know, it would be so nice to land something on d6. Will we get the opportunity? With queen e2, the last move played, we now have the option to drop the bishop back. We save the pawn, and we keep the bishop pair. We also got this f4 thing. Knight f6 played. Okay, I think we should drop back to c2, you know. I think we should just... Oh, hang on. Well, they're going to go knight g4. Still h3 is fine, right? I think it's fine, so... You know, they've got control over g4, that's for sure. Oh, double attack is defended twice. We're okay. Bishop c2, right? Not going to get another chance to snap off the bishop. Can the knight drop back to d4? Not yet, but we can play bishop e3. Oh, yeah, we can, and I think should. Okay, what's going on? We're down on the clock by about a minute. Our opponent's c8 bishop is kind of stuck in. They got these knights, they got this bishop here, the queen developed to h4, which is menacing but not really threatening anything just yet. Looks menacing. We've got this kind of odd piece placement with a knight on b3 here. And a knight on c3, bishop c2, queen e2, rooks on f1, rooks on h1, bishop e3. So our next goal is to get this bishop out. So the bishop's on c1, it wants to be on e3. Well, I mean, I want it to be on c3. I don't know what the bishop itself wants. Not much, really. It's just an invisible piece to me. I don't think it has feelings. And our opponent's tanked. It looks like we might be getting back on level par. Bishop e3, I'm not even going to think of anything else. Let's get the back rank clear. And then let's try and form a strategy. It's probably going to involve f4 to hit this knight, and then maybe an e5. I'm not sure. I think the dark square bishops are going to come off. Let's just try and visualize a pawn structure. Okay, they're castled, so they've allowed bishop e3, which will play straight away. I reckon they'll trade. That's what they normally do. You don't trade if you allow us to trade with you. Guest 01. you'll end up with your rook on a7. They play b6, which is that's not the right way to treat this position. I'm absolutely certain of that. Okay, f4 allows knight g4. Which doesn't look right. You can play knight d4 and get that knight back to f3. So that's what we're going to do. Because the knight back on f3 is going to attack the queen on h4. And it's going to... Okay, knight g4. I mean, knight f3 also defends h2, so... Their idea is that they're hitting e3, but... I think we might be able to just wriggle around a bit now. Knight f3? The queen should move. I don't think the knight doesn't capture here with any menace, I don't think. The knight f3, I don't think I'm hanging anything at this moment. And we can perhaps bring the bishop back to d4, where it's not going to get captured. Isn't that queen... Ah, the knight g4 is now... It's not really pinned. Not really pinned. Okay. Could play bishop f4. Now there are lots of options, and that's what kind of... That's what kills us, really. What does us in. Bishop f4 I like. I like the idea of getting the bishop back to g3. But I don't really like the idea of b5, then just having the opponent's bishop, you know, unopposed. Bishop d4, is that a bad idea? Bishop doesn't really have many squares after a move like e5, for example. But it would, e5, probably not possible. Where's the, g4? It is possible. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Could go back to d2. Can we go f4? I think f4 we actually threaten to get into d6 and stuff, so probably that's the right way. I'm going to do it at bishop f4. Let's go. I don't think I'm blundering anything. Additional support for the h2 pawn. h3 might be coming. h3 is then a nuisance because you've got to go all the way up to h6, I think. Stream beats, Harris Heller. Alright, we're a minute down. We're in a very complex, what feels like a complex position. Ah, but it's probably not that complex, is it? Alright. Bishop d6 is a thing. h3 is a thing. Will the bishop capture here? I don't think so. Our queen's on e2. We've got bishop on c2. We can also play e5, you know. That looks annoying. That looks really annoying. Knight can't go to d5. Knight can't go to g4. It can't go to h5. It can't go here. Can't go here. I'd have to go all the way back up there. But we sort of open everything up. Okay, let's kick with h3. Kick this knight. I think the knight's going to have to go back to h6. Oh, you know what I think we missed? I think we missed e5 first. The knight moves and then h3. And we get to capture the queen. If the knight moves, which of course it wouldn't have done. Okay. That's... Oh no, we got a knight on f3. We didn't miss that at all. Good. Good stuff. I'm glad we explored that. Right. What about e5 now? Where's that knight going? Don't know. They can play bishop takes f3. Queen f3. I don't like the look of that at all, so I don't really want to allow that. So maybe let's just... Ooh. Knight gets to e4 though. Okay, let's just develop. Rook d1. Okay, that was an attack on a pawn. Okay, they've identified that. Can we actually play knight e5? No, because our queen's actually hanging. g4, does the queen have any squares? Yes, takes on h3. Okay, so what should we do here? It's not obvious. Knight d4 to try and get the queens off. I like bishop d6, you know. I really like bishop d6, so I'm just going to do it. I think bishop d6 has to be a good move. So in we go, bishop d6. This knight on h6 is a bit out of the game. We've lost a lot of time, and it could just be another one where we just have lost too much time. But we've got to keep going. You know, this positionally looks like a good move. It locks the d7 pawn in. And it asks the question, how are you going to deal with this? You know, what are you going to do about this bishop? Bishop might enter here and it might capture this, which doesn't look good. Who knows? Does it help us play e5? Yeah, oh, the knight went back. That's super interesting. Okay, let's land on g3. I'm choosing g3 because we protect f2 as and when we may need to. Okay, I guess this pawn can advance, but can it really? I'm not sure it can even. Okay, what do we do in this? What's the plan? d6 played. Okay. Can't we just... we can't take d6. Okay, interesting. Interesting, okay. Okay, so what should we do? Knight d4 to trade the queens. Then knight f6. Is there an e5 blocking a pin? I don't think there is actually. We know what's going to happen in that situation anyway, so... Alright. Rook d3, but I don't like the idea. Rook d4, don't think so. We need to make a move. We need to make a move, so... Alright. Develop our rook to the e-file. Wow, those moves just took us so long. They took us too long. Alright, now that's a little bit different, isn't it? f5 is a hole now, so... And we've allowed our knight to move. We can jump into d5, I think, now. We can just jump into d5. Knight d5. e5 didn't threaten anything, so the knight just jumps into d5. Positionally, it looks okay. We trade knights. Well, maybe I'd even open up this way. Allowing that bit, there's always knight d4. Or any knight move, actually. Our queen is protected. Tense. This is tense. It's exceptionally tense. Okay, the knight has jumped into d5, so we're looking good actually. I think we've probably got a good position here. What's that? The king went to f8. Huh. King went to f8, so it's hard to work out what's going on. You know what? I think we can take that. And after knight takes, we can play... Ah, no. No, okay, we can't do that. Oh. Is there a knight e5? Does a queen take? No, no, the queen is bishop's protected. Alright, they trade queens. Ah, okay, it doesn't work. Alright, we've got to do something. We've got to get something working. There's a knight here. How can we exploit that? What about just playing b3 and seeing what they do? I don't know what they're up to. Struggling to understand where my pieces are. Bishop on c2 is terrible. It's really bad. Really bad. Knight went back here. Okay. You know what? This looks really odd, but I'm going to play queen d3. That does look really odd. No idea what they're up to. I've no idea what we're up to. Looks like an awful closed position. Knight e7. I'm just going to drop back. Yeah, they can take here twice. Well, no, they can't take twice. Hang on, is there a knight on d7? And the knight's here and here, and they've played f6. Okay. I feel like we've got something now somehow. But I don't know what that is, so... Okay. You know what? I'm just going to go here and just hope that they don't spot this. Okay, they did. We take back. Right, now they played f6. They've got an odd pawn structure. They jump in here. We capture. Knight c7, okay. No, I've got bishop on g3. Knight to c3. Bishop e6. Oof. f4. I don't know where any of my pieces are. I think I can take that. Was that wrong? I think it was, maybe that was wrong. Is that okay? Knight takes, is there a knight on f7? Alright, no there wasn't. Okay, I think that was a king move. Defend our rook. Knight on c3, bishop on c2, and I think our pawn structure is like this. What happened? If only I knew what was going on in this position, it would be a lot easier. Take on a7. There you go there. I think we can just trade. Okay, and now they took with a knight. We've got a bishop here, and we've got a knight here, and we're winning in the pawn structure. What's our other piece? It's a bishop. Before this bishop gets trapped, I'm just going to bring it back to d3. Okay, knight goes there, so... Oh, okay, okay. Right, g4. Bring the king across. Got control over e5. I don't know where their pawns are at all. They've gone back upwards. Okay, where's our... Oh, where's a king? Oh, the king's there. I think that was a king move. It was a bishop move, we're finished. Oh, that was a bishop move. Okay, let's come in like so. Oh, you're joking me. Oh, that is just desolate. I think the knight's on that square. Resigns. You know, we gave it a good shot. Oh, we're a piece down anyway. Okay, good game, says Gesto1. Fair, was a good game. Again, low on time. That's 3 losses on the bounce. 3 losses on the bounce. What can we say? We gave it a good shot. I'd be interested to see what happened in this game. I think the truth is, when you get to that sort of that point where you're so low on time that you can't really, you know, you've got 5 seconds to make a move. It's not really happening. Okay, let's have a little look at some analysis here. So now then, this is interesting. Okay, so it was a Sicilian Khan here. We played alright for a while. These positional openings are pretty difficult, or I find them difficult. Queen h4, and apparently this was... Black takes the lead here. What's the idea? Knight f6. Play bishop c2, which I thought was okay. Knight ge4. So apparently... Knight eg4. Okay, so the engine wants this. And I thought h6 was okay. Queen g3. Ooh. Beautiful. Using the pin. Using the pin. That's very nice. Okay, so we got quickly attacked on the king side. Okay, and here we had a big lead. We had a big advantage. And we just whittled it away. We could have played I mean, yeah, no, I think we did okay here. And slowly but surely our advantage just starts to diminish. But this position looks... I mean, it's hard to play Blindfold, that's for sure. There's just so much going on. Looks like a nice position. I think I had everything just about where it was on the board. This construction was unusual. It was hard to visualize what was going on over here. Okay, this was a... Oh no, this wasn't a blunder. This was okay. It was nice to see that. Right, and how is it that we messed up? Right, I didn't see that this was a piece sacrifice. But it was quite a good one. Looks good. Or at least it wasn't losing. Okay, maybe we should just go and try and win these pawns and stuff, but... Okay. Yeah. Probably not much to analyze from here. Just got to play quicker. That's all it is. Okay, not a bad start to the stream. Not a terrible start. And not a great start, of course, but no, not a bad one. Not a bad one. Alright, game 2. Let's move in. These people now know that that the Sicilian Khan is a good one to play against your humble host here. Alright, e4, e5. I feel like we're in better territory here. Knight c6, bishop c4. So this is the Italian. Knight f6, 2 knights defense. Open game with d4. d3, people like that as well. I like d4, you know. d4 is a bit more chaotic. Okay, ed. A couple of ways we can treat this position. We can play e5, or we can castle. Let's play e5. Or we can play c3 and play gambit style. You know, kind of fancy that. e5. Just to force them to play d5. If you don't play d5, so attacking the c4 bishop, you don't do that, I guess you move the knight somewhere, either g4 or e4. Alright, full board vision. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I'm witnessing this journey as we try and reach 1800 Lichess Rapid. And yes, I agree with you. Based on the way we've been playing lately, that's ambitious. But ambition, and you know, ambition is the source of, you know, stuff, isn't it? Stuff gets done when you're ambitious. I mean, sometimes it doesn't if you're over ambitious. Alright, knight takes e5. double attack. Well, it's not a double attack. I mean, we attacked this thing twice. It's only defended once. So you'd think that something has to be done about that. But actually, bishop c5 in this position is playable. Is I think, a great move. That's not good, is it? I don't think so. h6.
Blunder.
Unfortunate. Okay, I think you had to play bishop d7 or bishop c5 there, and we'll have a look at why in the analysis. I think, you see, we could play bishop c6 and just win a pawn. But you know what? I think we can play knight. Sorry, the knight's on d4. I think we can play knight c6 because this hits the queen, right? And the queen can't dodge. Let's just place all the pawns because I think we've got a good position here. Bonus pawn structure? Is it? No, they played d5, so there's nothing there. Our pawn structure... I think our pawn structure's like this, are they? Ah, that's our pawn. They've got one on d4. No, we've got a knight on d4. So hang on. We are pawn down. Let's just try and place the pawns. I think we've got time to do this, so let's not stress ourselves out. A knight pawn went to d4, but we captured it. That was the e5 pawn. Pawn went to d5. We didn't capture that, so that's still there. Otherwise, it's like this. Okay, our e4 pawn definitely went to e5. Ah, it's like this, isn't it? That's the way it is. Okay. And in terms of development, there's a knight here and a knight here, and we've got a bishop here and a knight here. I think that's how it is. Okay, grand. So bearing all that in mind, if we play knight c6, which attacks their queen, and I don't think they can move their queen with a check or anything like that, or a mate threat or something. I mean, they could. That would leave two pieces attacked. But they could move their queen, right? That queen can actually just probably flee. But where to, if you think about it? I guess d7 is actually the only square. d6 maybe. No, not d6 of course, e5. Okay, so d7. You can't go to d7 because I guess we capture here. Nope, that wouldn't be a capture. Queen d7. Knight c6. Maybe they can do queen d7, but anyway, the point is that if they take back the natural move, we go bc. That's a check, which wins a rook. Wins the exchange. Bishop d7. Bishop takes a8 and queen takes a8. But I think maybe they can hang on with queen d7, which seems utterly bizarre, but could be possible. Okay, knight takes c6. I'm not going to give that an exclam because I don't think it's a great move. Queen d7. Oh, none of that works because this is hanging, isn't it? Isn't that hanging as well? Yeah, it is. Should have seen that. That's clear. It's obvious. I mean, it's not obvious. I can't see the pieces, but you know what I mean. Okay. There was a lot of arrows drawn there that may have looked a bit weird, and they were indeed a bit dubious, you know, but I think we found the right move in the end. It's just a shame it took us 3 minutes to find that move, but okay. Queen h4, you know, why not? Okay, this looks insane. What's that all about? Queen h4. I think this is just saying, well, for a start, it's saying that there's no knight on f6, so I got that wrong. What happened? I went to b5. Just trying to work out what happened in this position because something's not making sense. Okay, the knight's on e4. The knight's on e4, that's the whole thing here. Right, this is a mate, well, is it a mate threat? It's certainly a capture with check threat. Yeah, it's a mate threat. Now, we can get out of this by castling, I'm sure. Probably other ways, like maybe there's queen f3. That might get out of it, and it might get out of it with an attack on this knight. So I think we should be able to do something good here. Castles looks attractive, queen f3 looks attractive. They'll capture back, and then we'll take. But actually, they might take our bishop. I think that's the way it's going to work. So is there some way we can kind of make the most out of that? I think there is. If we go queen f3 and they take our bishop, maybe we can go g3. And then this knight's hanging. I don't think it can be defended by the queen. That might be a way. And also just sort of, I don't know, aiming along this diagonal feels like the right thing. But let's do that. Because if we don't make moves quickly, we'll just lose on time. Like the last game. Go on, full board vision. Full board vision T-Mugs will be coming soon. To a stream near you. Okay. Yep, they captured our bishop and our knight's hanging. Their knight is also hanging if we can get g3 in to attack the queen. But we also have the option to withdraw our knight to d4. Why would we do that? Looks like we can take on b5, but also that puts the knight a little bit in the line of fire. g3 looks like a move. Oh, hang on, the e4 knight's protected by a pawn on d5. Oh, you know what we missed? Just queen d5, didn't we? No, we didn't miss that. All right, this is getting difficult. It's getting very difficult. Okay, so we didn't win a... Oh, our knight's not attacked. Our knight is no longer attacked, is it? Oh no, it is by the b pawn. Okay. Alright, 3 minutes. 3 minutes remaining. Well, I think we have to go here and allow some kind of discovery. I can't see any other place. I mean, maybe we could go here to take on d5. But I think they'll try and play c6. Okay, let's not choke. Knight back to d4. Vitaly Konoplev. Come on. Use your time. Don't try and flag me, because that'll work. Use your time. Tank. Find the best move. For those of you who are new to the stream, this is full board vision. The premiere Blindfold rapid live stream coming to you every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 PM. You get to watch a fully grown man attempt to play chess on an empty board and get hit with moves like bishop c5. Right, what do we do? This thing is attacked. I think we just play c3. Can we castle? Can we play bishop e3? I think we can. Bishop e3 looks attractive. Let's go. Bishop e3. We still got a knight on b3. b1, excuse me. So we want to develop, we want to castle, we want to play g3 to hit this h4 queen. And what do the pawns look like? e5. Not that difficult, is it actually? There's some weirdness over there. Is it like that? No. Their queenside pawns are like this. Okay. Okay, didn't they just allow knight takes b5? I feel like they did. Capturing here, we take back with the queen, there's no problem. I think you've got to take your chances in this game, so I'm gonna say give me b5. And let's trade. Tense. Tense. Tension. Alright, we're a pawn up, but we still haven't castled. That's not good. And, you know, this doesn't leave a good impression. This knight here on b1, queen, bishop g4. Oh, are we trapped? Is our queen trapped? Wow. Our queen is trapped. Okay. What can we do? G3. Sink the queen to G2. Point is we can't go G3 with the queen. Obviously can't go D5. We can't go... can we go F4? Oh, maybe we can go F4. Because this is our pawn. So maybe we can go F4. That actually pins the bishop to the queen. And if they go G5? Oh, they've got G5. I think they've got G5 in that position. Queen F4, G5. Are we losing it? Okay, so for that reason, I think we've got to play G3. I think we've got to do that. If they take our queen... Ah, bollocks. We lose our rook on H1. We can't do that. Right, okay, this looks bad. I think they're going to go G5. But you know what? If they do, we can get... Well, we can get 2 pieces back for our queen, so... No, we can't. That's protected. Alright, this is... Oh, we've run out of time. We just ran out of time. Got to play quicker. You know what? We should stop playing these openings that are just like hard and tactical and complex. Because we just keep getting outplayed. I think G5's just a good move. Oh, can we jump? Yeah, G5. But hang on, maybe after G5 we can actually play G3? Queen H5. No. Will our opponent spot? Gee, they didn't spot it. Hey, we can drop... Oh, justice for the queen. Woo! Freedom! We got away with it. Okay, let's just castle as quickly as humanly possible. Okay, what is going on? Knights on B5, knights on B1, rook on A1, rook on H, queen, rook on H1, king still in the middle, pawns like this. They've got pawns like what? This. Sorry, colours needed. That's 6 in it, and we've got 7. They've got a bishop on G4, a knight on E4, a queen on H4. They play C6. What does that do? Attacks our knight. Can our knight jump into B6? No. But it can go to C3, and then we can trade. Come on, lads. Let's have it. Trade with the queen, in fact. Tension. 30 seconds on the clock. Why do we get into these ridiculous time scrambles? Every time we can take with a knight. Alright, we've got to do that. Let's go. What did they just do? Was it rook E8? Or did they castle? Didn't even look. This is where it starts to go wrong. I think they already castled. I think their rook's on E8. Let's assume it is. That's how they can play rook takes e5. That attacks our queen, doesn't it? There's something on e4. My knight. Oh, here we go. Knight g3. Oh, that's a check. Rook takes e3 is a check. Crushing. Okay, but we've got knight d2. Hang on. Okay, we just need to... We need to castle. Give this up. They've got pawns on d5. Okay, so... Okay, they won their pawn back. Fair enough. Well done. Maybe with the rook. Good job we missed knight g3, but we're going to lose on time anyway. I'm calling it. We're going to lose on time. Okay, what's going on? I think their pawns are here. This, yeah, rook takes. I thought that's what would be played. Got to get the queen somewhere. So let's drop her on g3. Okay, at least our pawns are quite easy to understand where they are. And theirs, not so much. But I think the position's even. Their minor piece is here and ours is here. Just try and develop and get a rook to the e-file. They're going to double rooks on the e-file. It's going to make it very difficult for us to do anything. Damn. Aren't we threatening f3? We're threatening f3. I think we're threatening f3. If they play rook a8, I think we can play f3. Fork. Where is that queen? Is that h4 or h5? h4? Can they trade queens? Well, I think their move will tell us, because if they don't move their queen, it must be on h5. I think... So I was thinking it was on h5, but now I'm second guessing. I think it's on h4. It's on h4. Okay, so knight g3 wasn't a thing way back. Alright, come on. Come on, Vitaly Konoplev. Finish me off. Alright, so rook e8 is not possible. They should trade queens. And then, once again, the fork with f3 is a problem. Or, I mean, it's possible. Just let's go. f3. Queen f6 did not prevent f3. Looks like we're winning a piece. Okay, which piece will they move? Probably the rook goes to e2. We take on g4. Attacking the queen. I'm expecting rook e2. Takes. Oh, we can even take with the queen. Preserve our pawn structure. That's probably better. We still got a pawn on h2. Yes, we have. I think they've got to play bishop f3, right? And then queen f3. Forcing the queens off. Come on. Looks like we get in there. 9 seconds. Come on, lads. Queen g4. Queen g4. He pinned the f3 pawn, but we take with the queen. We're a piece up. Yep. Okay, we want to get back to g3 so that we can play rook e1. Queen move will stop us. Then we play... Is that a check? I think it is. Queen f2? Okay, but now we can... Oh, what? Oh, we got a knight. Oh, shit. Oh! We ran out of time. Knight d2. Ah. There it is. What can you say? What can you say? I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. We could put some analysis of this one on the board, but I feel like it's time to go straight to the next game. Somehow. Knight d2. Look, you know what I was worried about somehow is that my knight was attacked here. Let's have a little bit of analysis. Oh, that was an exciting game. Even if the outcome was not what everyone on the stream wanted. You know what? Let's go. Let's go. Game 3. Moving to game 3. I think we're playing some half decent chess. We're just taking way too long. Alright, here we go. A brand new game. I hope you like the new logo. Look at that. My design team. They've been hard at work. D4. Welcome to the stream, D4. You've not been here before. D4 is a queen's pawn. The queen's pawn opening. And welcome to the stream, debut, the Grunfeld. The Grunfeld defense. F3. Never seen that against Grunfeld, to be honest. That looks odd. Gotta say, F3, that's an odd move. I guess E4 is what's on the agenda, but let's just play Bishop G7. Kuchluk is in the house. 1545, playing a risky game. Look at this. Is that really your pawn structure? Yes. Alright, let's castle, and next move will be C5, attacking this center. Gotta keep up on the clock. See, before we do, they play C5. Okay, this looks mental. This looks absolutely mental. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knight here. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we've moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, that is the position. Right. I think the thing to do is to go at this overextended center straight away, because we're castled. Sorry, our king here is on g8, and we're just going to throw our queenside pawns at this center and hope that it opens up. There's a few features of the position that we should keep in mind as that probably happens. Oh, that was such a tense finish. We won a piece. F3 and everything. Hey-ho. Try and get out the positive score. Okay, B4. So they're going, yeah, they don't want to get dragged over here, right? But now we go A5. We say, okay, go on, go A3. And then, you know, A3 is not a move. It can't be played. I mean, it can be played. It's a legal move. But it's not a good move. I think it loses a pawn. Bishop A3. Now that's not what I expected. This feels odd as well. So what's going to happen? We're going to take here. They've got to take with the bishop, which is not what you want, right? CY, if they take with the C pawn, we pick up their A3 rook. So I think this is a no-brainer. We should just take on B4. Yeah, they take with the bishop. Now their pawn structure is weird. It's really weird. We can help them out. Going to be hard to get that bishop off c5 if we allow it to land there. I don't think we should do that. I kind of feel like we should play for e5. Somehow. I think we should somehow play for e5. Okay, this bishop is in good shape. This knight, I mean, they played f3 against our s6 knight. Our rook is here. Dark square bishop, yeah, it's over there, sorry. Our light square bishop is here. still got a c7 pawn, b6 attacking c5. Right, perhaps the right thing to do is to hassle the bishop with the knight. I think that's the thing. Let's do it that way. It's just free development. So that the bishop's going to get to c5, and then we can play knight d7, which is a move that we don't mind playing. We can play knight a6. Somehow I like knight d7 better. The reason, I'm not sure, but we can then play c5, especially if you combine it with a queen. Or some sort of move which is going to put second pressure on c5. But actually... there's actually quite a nice sequence here, I think. If they drop back to b4, we can play c5, bishop c5, and then we go knight c5. Okay, this intuitively just looks right, so I'm going to put it on the board before I even think of anything else. Right, that's what I kind of wanted to happen. Because this diagonal now just looks like it's way open. This pawn is... I don't think it can be protected by another pawn. But I did forget momentarily like where the pawns are, so let's just remember. Here. One on the a7, on a2, sorry. Is that it? I think that might be it. We gave up our A pawn and our B pawn. We've still got one on C. So we've got a more reasonable pawn structure. Let's get them the right colour. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5v7? That can't be right. Yeah, it's because this one's ours. 6 each. Alright, so... You know... We can't actually give this knight up. Okay, but we... Knight c5, bishop c5, queen a5, check. I think that's it. I think that plays to win a pawn. Just let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I think that's it. Okay, I think we're in good position here because the center's collapsed. This bishop's a monster. This knight just has to move out of the way to deliver summit. That's a Yorkshire word, isn't it? Summit. For those of you who aren't from Yorkshire, summit is it's a synonym for something. So what I mean is when we discover this attack on the rook by moving our knight out of the way, surely that must give us summit. Okay, I think it's now dawned on our opponent that bishop c5 is met with queen a5 check. By the way, knight takes c5.
Excla.
I'm calling it preemptively. It's always a little bit risky getting the commentator in, you know. What is this move? I think knight takes c5, the tactic is what is it?
Attraction.
I think so. Queen a5 check. By the way, the bishop b4 to block doesn't work, so we just take it. It's not a check? Oh, how is it not a check? Okay, it's not a check. I wonder why it's not a check then. Is there a knight on... Oh, there's a knight on c3. Okay, but... The knight on c3. Got it. Okay, fine. There's a knight on c3. Alright. We've just hung a piece. It was always a knight on c3 as well. Okay. But that guy is unprotected, right? Now I understand. That guy is unprotected. Okay, so check this out. Knight e4. Bishop takes g7. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Queen takes. King e2. Knight e4. They take us, we take. So knight e4. If they capture, f takes e4. There's bishop d4, ed, queen takes c3. And if they take here, we've got this. The king ends up on e2, and then we've got bishop a6. No, maybe it was an X-clan, but not for the right reasons. Knight e4. I think knight e4. I'm gonna go for it. Knight e4. It's on the board. We just blundered. Well, we played a move that probably in all that. Right. Okay, this looks good now, though. Ah, this queen takes. Ah, this is we're toasted. Or are we? e5, queen d2 probably. Okay. All right. So we've got a light square bishop. So we should definitely use it. It's got captured. So how should we go about this? Because we might have a chance. We might just have a chance. That would allow this. Bishop f5. Bishop f5. Oof. EF. All right. This one was a calamity. Oh, it's not been a great session. But look. This is the way it goes. Yeah, it takes. All right. Now we attack this queen. So how many pieces down are we? Gave that up and that up. Oh god, but we sacked a piece in the beginning. Okay, we're 3 pieces down. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, how should it work then? Oh, hang on, have we got a bit of this action now? No, the knight's pinned. Let's have a go at that. Have a bit of that. Okay, so now the rook is attacked. Yeah, the rook is attacked. Right, but what about this? Nope, we can't go there. If we go here, we've got none of that, so that don't work. Could be time to resign. This is it. This is it. We've got to retreat, haven't we? I think we have to retreat. We really want to take here. Right. So where's a safe square to retreat to? Maybe d4. Far away from the knight. Protects our queen. You know what? It's quite cool as well. Because if they... Well, they can't really move the knight anywhere, so... Doesn't really make any sense. Ah, they could go here. Then we take... Okay. Knight... Ah, bollocks. Bollocks. Oh, hang on, what about this? Takes, we take that. That attacks the queen moves, and we sort of advance. Well, I think we're about at the point where it's just disgusting, isn't it? So it's almost time to resign and say to ourselves, you know, that did not go well. If only there's a pawn on b2, we might get some action, but unfortunately not. We will win this knight back, probably. What are they going to do? Where are they going to move their queen? Guess they could go d4, maybe? Just looking at the material. Material says we're down 12 points, so... Okay, the queen went to c2. That makes sense, I guess. Alright, so we can now take the knight on e5, and at least we're going to... Okay, that makes sense. So what's the most annoying move? I'd say it's this one. We could go here. We could try... Now, this is a nuisance as well, isn't it? Oh, okay, whatever we do, if we go here, if we go rook b8, they're going to go rook b1. I feel. If we go rook d8, they're going to go rook d1. Okay, then I guess we just go back to b8. I don't think there's much else for it. Where are the pawns? I think we've just got 3 pawns here, and they've got... The bishop went there, yeah, queen here. Okay, the pawn's on e4. Okay, they did allow this, so why not? Warum nicht? I think we're going to get b2. g2 at least. Queen went back to d1, so now there's a pawn here, bishop here, rook still here. Okay, I mean... I think their pawn structure kind of like this. Now, a2, and I think that's it against these 3. Queen, bishop, rook. Oh no, we've got this guy as well. Is that a threat? That's kind of a threat. Because then the queen actually... Wow. Hang on, have we got something here with this? Bishop takes. But there's queen c3. There's queen c3 and queen. Oh, we don't have that. Yeah, but there's this. Okay, so we could do king f7, but I think then we're going to get captured. So, or we're going to get checked. Do we get checked? Yes. Okay. Now we're toast, right? Because this is mate. Whoa. Takes a queen. Okay. Well played. Well played. That wasn't good from us. Got to be honest. Okay. It's time to time to reflect. Let's have a quick look at that. I think we tried to perhaps be a little bit too clever with what was going on over there on the queen side. So let's have a little bit of analysis. Three losses on the bounce, you know, back down to 15-25. Okay, here we go. Let's have a quick look. So, see what lead chess computer analysis is saying. Alright, so let's have a look at this. You know, we just missed this. I mean, this must be so good for black. I mean, surely it is. Yeah, at this point, it was just fantastic. Knight d7, probably knight a6. I thought this is apparently a good move. c5, giving some of the advantage back. Oh, you know, this is still not that bad. I think you can play knight e4 here. Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate, but I think from here there's not really much to talk about. This is just over. Brilliant. Bishop f5. Okay, we gave it a good shout. Good try. Oh mate, we had draws. Okay, what did we miss here? Let's have a look at this. Okay. The queen d4? Rook f1 maybe in that position? There's a move to draw here. It is actually. Oh no, it's queen f4. Okay, queen f4, rook f1, queen e3, queen h4. Ah, it's mate. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to see that blindfold with not much time left. Okay. We missed queen f4, but we had hardly any time left. c2, I think, was a good shout. This was a good move. And here, what did we miss here? I was kind of conscious that I really wanted to play queen f3, but that didn't work. Oh, is it rook d2? Rook d2. Wow. Okay, gf, and then we can probably collect. King f8 is saying. Okay, but we've prevented this queen check, which was deadly and was the end of us. Okay, yeah. You know, probably find that with more time on the clock, to be honest. But yeah, this was just curtains. All right, well played. To Kuchluk. And while we're here, let's move in. So, okay, so that's 3 down. We're at 3-0. Can we pull it back? Just, you know, even getting out with a 3-1 would be good now. Or would be, you know, it would feel all right. All right, here we go. Game 3. Love that logo. Love that new logo. We've got to play the chess that warrants the logo, right? The design team, they put all their time and effort in, and all their energy. And, you know, this is how we reward them. Mediocre blunderfest. D4, a Scotch. Welcome back to the stream, to Blindfold Vision, the Scotch. I prefer rum myself. C3, this is interesting. Well, go on then. We'll take the gambit. Knight takes. Okay, so this is sort of interesting. I think we can go bishop b4 now. But we haven't played knight f6 yet. I guess that's... You know what? I think... Is this transposed to a Goring gambit? I feel like it's transposed to a Goring gambit. I think it has. I think this is the Goring. Yeah, okay. So we should play bishop c5. So that you can play d6 and then knight f6. Did we just allow knight g5? It wasn't played, so maybe we didn't. Knight f6 and then I think we can castle. They castled. Okay. Oh man, if we get hammered by the Goring Gambit, then it's going to be a big blow. Hang on. Okay. Alright. We've still got the king there. So, I mean, is there any problem with playing h6? Threat, I guess, in this position is knight e4. So maybe we should do c6 before we do anything else. Don't think we want to castle. If we castle, I expect we allow knight e4. Let's play... Oh, we can't play c6. We've got a knight there. Okay. Right, so we've got to bring our knight to e5. Attack the c4? I think it does, so... Okay, but that allows knight takes and knight d5, so I don't like the look of that. Oof. Maybe it was queen f6 or something, right. Okay, ooh, what do we do then? Knight e5, knight e4. No, they'll play knight takes, we'll take, and then they'll go knight e4, and we're in trouble. We didn't castle, so we could play g5. Or we could play bishop g4. Oof. Difficult. Okay, we've got ourselves into a bit of a pickle already, I think. Versus the Goring Gambit. Any way to counter that? I guess there's bishop e6, isn't there? That's one way to counter it. Captures. We'd end up taking back. But this is already looking problematical. Okay, I think I can't see another way to stop the knight jumping into e4, so I'm going to play bishop e6. Ooh, so this is our pawn structure, and this is theirs. Like so. So they sacked a pawn, and I mean, they got a great position out of it. By the way, this guy's here. They got such a good position out of it. Their bishop's on h4, knights are on f3, c3, the knight jumps in. Okay, but I mean, now we've got bishop takes. We give it the bishop pair, but at least I think we managed to get out of the major problem. But hang on as well. Yeah. So knight. Sorry, bishop takes. Hang on, did they land the bishop in there or the knight? I think it was the knight. Knight went to e4, so bishop takes e4. Okay, I feel like, you know, giving up the bishop pair is... It's a price, that's for sure, but... I feel like we kind of got away with it a little bit. Okay. Bishop on c5. Pawn is on e4. Queen e7. I feel like the queen should be on e7. Okay, queen e7. Oh. Yeah. What if they just advance? We take and play rook e8. We got bishop on f6, knight on c6. Sorry, knights on f6 and c6. Oh, okay. It's a goring gambit. We've had to give up the bishop pair to try to fight off the threat of knight e4, which is no longer there, but we've had to give up the bishop pair for that. So it's not looking great. I say it's not looking great. I mean, I can't see the pieces, but it doesn't appear to be so great. Okay, queen b3, lining up. Hang on. Okay. Maybe we should just take the moment to castle. Okay, queen b7, double attack on the knight, or attacking the knight twice, we should say. Now maybe the knight can land on e5, because a trade, then we'd give away the b7 pawn, but that seems to be on favourable terms, or more favourable terms, shall I say? So, you know, maybe it's time to do that. So let's do it. I mean, we could even play queen takes e5, couldn't we? After knight e5. Which at least unpins our knight and threatens knight takes d5. So, who knows? Oh, that was the sound of a cup of tea hitting the microphone. Alright. Yeah, okay, so here's the question. Do we take, or do we play queen takes? Now, we haven't castled, so if we take with the queen, probably we're going to get hit with rook e1, so... Oh no, because there's a pawn on here, on d5, so... Maybe we can just do that. We can always play e takes. Somehow I really like unpinning this knight, so I'm going to do it. Oh, bishop f7. We've missed bishop f7. Oof, and so did they. Queen b7. Okay. Yeah, but we're going to castle. Bishop f7 was a move there. We got very lucky there. We got so lucky. Okay, so we lost our b7 pawn, so we're no longer a pawn ahead. Here are our pawns, I believe. Their pawns are like that, is it? No, like this. Okay, 6v6. They got the bishop pair. Their queen is in our turf. But we managed to unpin our knight. And where is our other minor piece, by the way? Oh, it's in here on c5. Forgot all about that guy. Okay, now we've got bishop d6. That will be met with bishop g3, so... Bishop d6 is a thing. Okay, knight takes d5, a threat, I would say. I don't think you want to see that as white. Oh shit, it's our go. Oh, the queen went back to b6. You know, that's so b3. That's so funny because it just looks like the same move, and I just didn't notice that it was played. Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, bishop f7 no longer a threat because the rook is covering. So, can we go there? Yes, we can. Ooh, bishop g3. Is it a skewer? No, because there's a pawn on d6. Okay, rook b8. Bishop g3 can be played. Maybe there's a knight f4 there. No, there isn't, because the knight's on f6, so... It has to be some antidote. Bishop f7? Nah, really, what was that? Ah, they want to follow up. They've got no knights left, right? I don't understand that at all. Oh, I understand. Okay, no problem. That's a nice move. But no. Where does the queen go now? After we play king h8, it's tied to the defense of the bishop. d3. Possible. e4 is not possible. Okay, probably it'll go to d3. Anyway, I don't think we've got much choice. By the way, that's e6, not d3. Queen d6, queen e6 maybe. Okay, so we would be able to trade and take on b2. So it's not the end of the world. I don't think we lost material there. It was just a clever tactic from our opponent. We nearly fell for it. Rook takes f7 would have allowed queen takes b8 check. Winning an exchange. Okay, yeah, they've done that. So we go here. We trade. Let's say we take on e6. They take on e6. We take on b2. What just happened? We've got a very odd pawn structure like this, and they would have one looking like this. I think e4 is also hanging. Yeah, it's hanged. And it might be quite difficult to defend. All right, questions, question marks. I think we should just trade queens. And then I think we've got two choices. Knight takes e4 or rook takes b2. Which looks worse? Or they could play b3. I think the problem then is that actually knight takes e4 puts 3 attacks on f2. Ah, but it's actually defended 3 times. So what if we play rook takes b2? How do they defend e4? No bishop f5. No bishop d5. And if you advance... Oh, hang on. Oh, did they play rook e1 or not? That's the $1 million question. I feel like they didn't. Oh, that's the question. I feel like they didn't. But we really need to know the answer to that. Okay. In my heart of hearts, I feel like b2 is more important than e4, because f3 can't be played, and attempts to defend. Ooh, oh god. I'm gonna have to do it. I don't think they played rook e1, so let's find out. I changed my mind. I think e4 is more important. I think the rook's on f1. If it's on e1, I hold up my hand and hang up my mouse. But I don't think it is. I think it would have been played by now. Okay. Once again, woefully low on time. Woefully. Okay, b3 played. Great. Okay, what should we... How should we... Okay, we've got what look like good pieces. Okay. Improve the rook. Air pawns? R pawns. 7? Yep. Like this. Okay, I kind of expected that. can play rook f5 now. At least I don't see a problem because this is protected. And they won't want to give up their bishop pair, so who would?
Tension.
Okay, another attack on the knight. But hang on, isn't their bishop hanging? We attacked their bishop, they didn't defend it. It's hanging. So okay. And our rooks and our knight's protected. Protected. We did it. We did it. Okay. How do we defend the rook? Or just play knight here? We play remove the defender. Okay, let's just drop in here. Now we're actually threatening rook f2 check. No, we're not. Is that there's a pawn on f2? We are threatening knight g3 check. We might have done it. Okay, we're not threatening that now. But I don't think that matters. Can we play knight f2? I actually think we can play knight f2, but let's not risk it. Play knight g4. That's not a problem. g5, sorry. That actually is a problem, isn't it? We just get out because we've got rook f5. Wow. f5. Alright, knight goes back to e6. We capture with the rook. Okay, pawn, and they've gone there. Okay, e6. Alright, so what do we do? I'm tempted to just play g5. Bishop will have to retreat, and then we can just take on f4. So we got this and this. This. They've got that. Tense. 14 seconds. 14 seconds. They've got 5 minutes. Oh, bollocks on a stick. Completely missed that, but it's all right. Right, where's our king? Pawns? I don't think we've got any kingside pawns. Okay. We've got... That's a check. Okay, I think they've got pawns here and here. Yeah, hang on. What has happened? I don't really know anything where anything is. I think the king's on h3. Yeah, the rook's on f4 and they've got pawn on h2 and that's it. Right, they've got pawn on g4. That I understand. Didn't they just hang their rook? Oh, delicious. We'll have that for breakfast. Too much. Too much. Okay, you know what? We're just going to press on. We want to get something out of the day, you know. That's not a 3-1 defeat, so... This will be the last game of the session. We've got the white pieces. 3 losses. On the bounce was hard to take, but we got back there. Just managing to see what was going on at the end. Okay, Sicilian, they play d6. Let's go d4. Maybe we can have a bit of fun. Play lightheartedly. Play like it means nothing when it means everything. Sicilian dragon, isn't it? It's a Sicilian dragon. Bishop g7. Now if we do queen d2, do they have the move knight g4? Yes. So I think we have to play f3. Yep. Castles. Okay, queen d2. Oh well, thanks for staying with us for this mammoth marathon session. This will be the final game. Knight c6. It feels a bit early for that. They didn't castle, did they? Can't we just... Can we just take? I don't think they castled. What do we want to capture? Could play bishop b5. That looks annoying. Could play bishop d7 though. It's not that bad, is it? I wonder... interesting detail, but I mean, let's not dwell upon it. Castle long, we'll have a look at that later. So, we're looking like this. And they're looking like this. Let's go red. Red for the opponent. Their minor piece placement like this. And our minor piece placement like this. We've got this preponderance on the d file. On our rook over here. Their queen and rooks are still at home. King e1 versus e8. That was tension. It was tension. There's been a lot of losses tonight. There were 3 losses on the bounce, and I mean, one of them was not good. Poor, you could say. The other 2 were kind of okay, but we just got flagged, I think. Okay, we're kind of getting everything we want out of this position. Yeah, no bishop b5. Bishop b5 is not a thing that we can do now, or it looks like we can't. But what I notice... Okay, I'm thinking about knight takes. I guess they just take with the b pawn. There's a pawn on d6. Okay, understood. Okay, so we could go bishop c4. You know what I think's a safe move in these kind of structures? Just king b1. Let's do that. Don't know where our bishop belongs yet. And then play h4. The king still on e8 looks a bit dodgy. Does look a bit dodgy. Suspicious. Okay. Let's just try and hold it together. And, you know, if we can get out of this 3-2, that'd be happy days. Okay, the knight goes to d7. Okay. Where's that knight gonna land? Is it e5? Is it c5? Does it matter? Can we jump in knight d5 now? I think the answer is yes. Should we? I feel like that's it's a bit of a nightmare actually. And I guess it could play e6, and we've, you know, they do have control over the b6 square. For now. Okay, so knight d5 looks like it might be premature. e6. Yeah, but then d6 would be weak, wouldn't it? e6. Sorry, e6. We drop back, and they've got to defend d6. It looks awkward. It does look awkward. You know what? Just because this looks odd, I'm going to go in knight d5. And what I think is that, you know, a move to knight e5 is going to give up the b6 square. So bishop b6 looks like it's going to cause damage in that position. looks that way. Okay. Position look e6. Okay, now I'm just going to drop back. Right, just straight back. Oh, we could go to f4, but we could do, but I'm not going to do. It's just go straight back. And if we go to f4, we might get hit with e5. So let's not do that. d6 looks weak. Yeah. Knight e2, knight b3, and say d6 is a problem. Okay, so what do you do about this as the black player? The player of the black pieces. Well, I don't know. That's for them to answer. I'm just gonna chill. Stressful old session, that one. It's not what we wanted. 3-1 was not what we wanted. The first two games, the third game in particular, was quite bad. But you know, I'm sure it was entertaining. In fact, we could have drawn that game, interestingly. The second game we lost on time with an extra piece, and the first game I think we lost on time and had a very good position. So perhaps we just need to work on that aspect of the game more than anything else, which is don't get low on time. Perhaps that's what we need. That's what we need to do. Remember, the goal is to get to I've just spotted something. The goal is to get to 1800. That's the idea. Okay. Knight takes c6, right? And d6 is hanging. So this knight on e5 doesn't attack anything. Right, it's not threatened to go to c4 or anything like that. So I think knight takes c6. B takes c6. Queen d6. Don't see an issue. Because now the pawn structure is... Did they play a6? I don't think they did, actually. I don't think they did, so... I believe the pawn structure for them is like so. For us, like so. King nicely tucked away on b1. And I think here we just take on d6, right? It's like this, actually, their pawn structure. Okay, let's go. Queen takes d6, queen d6, rook d6. They probably will put their queen somewhere else, like b6 or something. No, not b6. Whoops, bishop takes b6. Maybe queen a5. You don't want to trade queens and just be an ending a pawn down, especially when this is the pawn structure on the queen side, right? There's 3 against 2 with these 2 isolated pawns here on a7 and c6 is bad news. So you really want to move your queen somewhere. a5 looks like the choice. All right, we trade. Okay. So remember the knight in e5, that's the thing, which might be difficult to comprehend. I think we just want to play bishop e2 and rook e1. Rook d1, excuse me. Bishop e2 and rook d1. Coming up. The bishop went to b7 to protect the c6 pawn. Okay, so don't see anything nasty. Hey, did they castle? I'm not sure they even castled yet. I don't think they castled. Right, if they didn't castle, what does that mean? Knight a5 jumping into c5 looks kind of cool. I like that very much, but first let's clear the back rank. Bishop d7. Do want to jump into c5. mind, you know, the knight's control over d5 is kind of irrelevant now. I think rerouting this knight to the c5 square, which is blockading the c6 pawn, is good. The reason why we played bishop d7 was to bring, sorry, bishop e2. We played bishop e2 to bring our rook to d1, so that we can maintain the defense of our strong piece on d6. Okay, this is looking good. It's looking good. Can we come back? Get out of the session. 3-2 down. Okay, so now the bishop attacks us. Yep. And all the entry points are covered. Can't go here, we can't go here. We don't really want to go there. Do we drop back to d2 or d1? Now, why not just go back to d1? If we go to d2, we might get hit by a bishop b4. Don't really want the c3 knight to have to suffer in that way, so just drop back. And now it's a minor piece endgame where we've got an extra pawn, and these positional weaknesses, these isolated pawns, the fact that we own the e-file, or that we're first to the e-file, we don't have to contest that, means that we should have everything under control here. Our knight is our bishop on e2 is keeping hold of the knight on e5, right? Along with the pawn on f3. The knight doesn't really have many options. Okay, that's an interesting move. Okay, now I kind of like knight f5 because it does attack that pawn. I don't think there's any danger. Good idea. Shed the weakling. Try and run it down the board. So bishop f8 was protecting the c5 square, so it couldn't be captured yet by our e3 bishop. But it can now. So a natural move will be rook c8 or even c4. We are going to jump into c5 regardless. We're going to jump in. Alright, c4 played. Do we jump in with the knight or with the bishop? Big questions. We can also play moves like f4. I just don't want to break that structure, right? I don't want to. I think bishop c5 is a good move. I mean, if they have to go back here, do we have anything from that? Alright. Knight c5 attacks the bishop. It does have that merit, so let's do it. And if this bishop moves away from the attack of the e4 pawn, we might be able to throw in f4. Remember, you know, the bishop is dominating that knight, so the knight's going to have to retreat, and then we can take on c4. We'd end up with two pieces on the c-file, so that's not great. Might be... We might run into a rook c8 there. Oh, we're up on the clock, you know, it's an unusual circumstance. Come on, full ball vision, coming back. Getting the 2 points back. Alright, now we can go knight d7. We've earned... No, we can't. We simply cannot do that. This was probably the correct move from them. How do we want to try to cause problems? Alright, f4. Where's this knight going to go now? Can't go here. Can't go here. So it can't go here or here. Or here. So, what would it do? We do play this. Ah, c5 knight actually protects c4, so... Oh, is the knight just trapped? I think the knight's trapped. That's hilarious. Okay. f4, they've got to take the knight. We take back. That at least gives them the d7 square. Okay, well then I think we can take on c4. Or at least Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like playing f4. It just feels wrong, right? Feels too soon. Knights, they have to give up the bishop pair. But come on, it's a bishop pair. I think we've got time. I think we've got time to solve any problems that are going to be caused. I'm expecting bishop takes c5, bishop c5, knight d7. Then there's a bunch of moves I think we can play, but one of them is bishop takes e4. Yeah. Oh shit, this attacks our bishop. That's annoying. Okay. But I think we can still just drop the bishop back somewhere here, and then we'll take c4, so we should be okay. Yeah. If they take here, they'll be attacking here, so... Ah, you know what? It's quite pleasant, actually. Let's just drop back to a3. The problem is there's no bishop takes e4, because the d7 knight will be hanging. So we're going to get time to play either bishop f3 or e5. Probably not e5 because g2 is then hanging. Okay, so they've gone here, which feels like we can just take that. This probably hints that they've got a pawn here on a3, but anyway, this bishop b5, I'm going to call it
Blunder.
What's this? Bishop takes b5? Oh, I can't. Oh, there's a pawn on c4. Still, it's still a blunder. I think bishop takes c4. Right. And this is called
Deflection.
the bishop is he's overloaded. Bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, it looks like we're making progress. Right. In this game. It's been a fun stream. It's been a fun stream, and you know, if nothing else, we got to debut the new design that our design team has been working around the clock on. They've been working around the clock on it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Looks difficult. Want to get a bishop e7 and okay, well played. Yep. Attack our rook. I don't want to give up the d file. Right. Definitely don't want to do that. I think rook d4 for that reason then. Oh no, rook d6 is possible, isn't it? But then we cut our own bishop off, and I'm not sure that's what we want, so I'm going to go rook d4. This way we also defend e4, which might be a target. We want everything on dark squares probably, just so if we get into an opposite colour bishop's ending, we should have good winning chances pushing these kingside pawns. We've got a clear passed pawn. And 2 extra pawns, so that should be enough to win. Well, maybe not, but we'll certainly be the ones with the chances. There's no way that we can be losing that. All right, rook takes c2. That's not a threat. The bishop is where? b5, I think. Yes, it's on b5. Okay. Okay. I do think that the bishop belongs on f6, so I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Bishop to f6, e5. Dark square control. c3, should probably play that. We just don't allow an attack on c2 to become a problem. Okay, that's what I thought they'd do. Now we've got e5 and bishop f6 comes with a check. And then we can force rooks off at any point. It's not clear we want to do that, because opposite colour bishop endings can have a tendency to be drawn, so we're going to get the absolute most out of it before we do that. But this looks like a fairly well played game at this point. But, you know, we've said things like that on the stream before, and then we've played, you know, queen takes f1.
Double question mark.
I don't know if anyone saw that one. Oh, I know someone who did. Friend of the stream. Friend of the stream who's been, you know, volunteering some graphic design ideas. Volunteer. Just going on Canva. Getting shit done. Respect. Well, what's black going to do? They're in a bit of a spot, bit of a tight spot. It's easy to place all the pieces now for them. Okay, so they've... Ah, interesting. They're saying, let's... Hang on, I thought they were in check. Hang on, aren't they getting mated? Okay, our bishop's on e7. I guess the point is that they will go to h6. Won't they? We could trade. From h6, is there any getting out? I feel like my king and pawns are just going to dominate that bishop. I think bishop f6 is probably a win. So let's do it. I've got the pawn. Oh, well, it definitely is now. Ah, no, they've got this guy. Okay. We probably don't want to trade. Okay, let's do this. Rook e8, d8, forces bishop e8, and then at least we've got this guy. And g3, defending everything. And, you know, there are mate threats and stuff, but... I mean, there aren't, because we still own the d file as a thing. So rook e2, we'll just drop back, d2. Oh no, we can't. We get mated. Are all our pawns still at home? Yes, they are. Okay. Well. Okay, so now we've just got to try and bring things home. That was rook c5. Okay. Let's bring the king along the dark squares. e2, we'll play c4 maybe, or maybe... Okay, but this... You know, we actually don't even have to respond to that. I think we can probably get our king moving. And play c4. Could be a draw. You know what they say? Advance the candidate. So let's do it. Advance the candidate. Is a pre-move? Alright, now let's try and win the game. Alright. Okay, let's come in. King g2. King b2, sorry. Yeah, that's a kind of obvious thing. Don't really want to get stuck. Okay, so let's go here. Where is that bishop? Is it on c6? I think it's on c6. Alright, let's not allow that to get out of hand. Did we let it get out of hand? I don't think we did. Okay, now I think we can take back with the bishop. And they've just given themselves a sort of pass, a weak e6 pawn. And we've got a clear route for our king. We've got a strong bishop, so nothing to worry about. Apart from the clock. Yeah, 20 seconds on the clock. That's the only thing that we need to worry about. Now then. Alright, let's get these pawns off the light squares because we don't want to run into trouble. Or at least one of them. The king to d4. Right, let's not let the king in any further. I guess d4. It can't get in any further anyway, can it? c5 it could. Let's go to d4. b4 next. Are they going to play a5? Bishop c2. Okay. Alright, so now the king is kind of paralyzed. Okay, can we actually make any progress? I guess we should reroute our bishop. That's what we should do, so... How do we do that? Where is their king? I think we can attack their a7 pawn. Yes, good. Okay, I think we could actually just take that. We're not going to do that. This is a ruse. Let's go here and try and get the king there. Thank goodness we had a pawn on b4. Okay. King d7. Yeah, so we're now going to attack e6. They protect it, so... Okay. So how should we go forward here? Just make a waiting move so that we can advance. Okay. I'm gonna go for it. Where's my king? My king's there, so let's see if that does indeed attack. The king steps in, we move forward. Now I think we're threatening c6, which I'll have to prevent. But how do they? How do they prevent that without hanging e6? Like, okay, hang on. Looks like it's a win now. Looks like a win. 12 seconds. Come on, full ball vision. We can do it. Okay, they've got to advance, have they? To hold the square. Yeah, let me capture. Because our king is on d6, we can play e6. And then we're going to win. We're going to queen with c8. Alright, so let's do that. They'll capture. We'll capture. All we have to do is remember where their pawns are. And I think this one's in the bag, to be honest. I think we're all good. We can relax. Okay, what? They played a5. Alright, well... let's just make sure. Yeah, we can just queen. Hey, you know what we could do here? We could have a bit of fun. Knight and bishop checkmate. Okay. Don't know where the king is, to be honest. So that's one potential stumbling block. But we know that our king's there. So I think queen c5 should be safe. Might be a check. Yeah, I thought the king was on b4. Okay, so this must be okay. Oh shit, that's not okay. Okay, but I don't think this matters because we can advance like so. Yeah, and we can make a second queen. They have to go there now. Yeah, we are making a bit of a hash of this. Where's our bishop? All the way down on f2. Okay, I don't think their king is in a good enough position. Okay, let's go here. So we've now got two queens on the board. They made a queen. We take their queen. Well, okay, right, cool. 12 seconds. The king went to c2. Queen c6 is a check. Yeah. Okay. This might be okay. Bishop on f2. So let's just drop back. What are they trying to do? Get here. What's the exact position? I think they've got bishop here, pawn here, pawn here. Okay, now the bishop is on g4. Suggest then we just bring the king. It looks like nothing's being done. Okay, but I mean, we can just take that, can't we? Hey, you know what might happen now? You know what I might get now? This is what full ball vision was born for. Our king. Shit. Is it a draw? Oh, bollocks. Oh, no. It isn't it? No, it's not. It's a pawn. Thank goodness. Where's the king, then? Oh, no. That is our king. Oh, Jesus. Have they got pawns? We're going to lose this game. It's going to be hilarious. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I don't know where anything is. Oh, what an embarrassment. Okay, let's just have a look. Oh, goodness. Okay, where's the bishop? Okay, so I think that's a pawn there. Our king is on... What? Where's our king? Can't see our king anywhere. G6. I think we have to do that. And if they advance, we just got to take it. And if they've got 2 pawns, then... I think they have as well. Hang on. Alright, so... Oof, this looks very, very dodgy. Are they going to get... Okay, I think we might just be able to hold this. No, we can't. Oh, what? We had a queen on A1. and it was mate in 1. Oh, you know. Wow. Okay. This is lesson learned, isn't it? You know, it's just... It was a loss as well. Loss. Yeah, we didn't even get a draw. Queen A8. What are they doing? Lost track of the situation. That's hilarious. Okay. I mean, I say it's hilarious, but I think you all know that inside, seething. Seething doesn't even do it. Reeling. Furious. Look, we stay on the mission. The mission is to reach 1800. And you know, by losing 4 games and winning 1 in a 2-hour session, we don't make much progress towards that goal. But we do learn a thing or two. And you know, if nothing else, tonight's been a good demonstration of the new setup. And thank you very much to the design team who've been working around the clock. And I hope it was enjoyable, if nothing else. I certainly did have some fun. And next week is another week. And we'll come back on Tuesday. And we'll see whether we can right the wrongs of Thursday the 13th of November. 4-1. It's not a good scoreline. But hey, we'll come back and we'll go again. But thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll see you next time on Full Board Vision. Good night, all.